What's your thoughts on Johnny Murdock and his creations?
Johnny Murdock. Johnny's a trip, you know. He's a good dude, and he's rock and roll, okay? And he brought a little bit of rock and roll to the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, Johnny Murdock comes here with with some of the craziest looking cars I think anybody's ever seen. But they're not going to win this race, but they're obviously here to have fun, and they come up with some pretty cool stuff for everybody to see.
Johnny was always one of those guys, along with Critter Malone, because their names always stuck out so much to me as a young kid. Those guys, they've always supported the race, and they always brought unique cars and color schemes to the races. And you know, Johnny bringing cars that you wouldn't typically see at any other racetrack. And there's fans for him, and he only runs once a year, and there's fans that are cheering him on like they've watched him all year long.
That's something we do probably need to do, is get 5 gallons of fuel. First heat race of the day. The track's pretty freaking heavy, but it's gonna slick off as the night goes. We're gonna make a few changes. So just to explain what we're doing, when the track's heavy, we want the right rear out as far as we can get it. But as the night goes on, it's gonna get slick. So in order to make this car tighten up, to get more traction to the ground, we're gonna move this right rear in a little bit. And basically that much, but that much makes a big difference. I'm starting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th position. So I got a chance to make some good passing points. There's only 2 people that'll be behind me. If I can go 2 or 3 steps forward, we'll be looking good for a qualifier. So let's see what the heat race brings.
And one of my biggest goals this weekend, you know what it was?
What's that?
Come meet you.
Sure. Well, you come to the right spot.
Well, you always have a style that's kind of all your own, your cars. Man, every time I see him roll out on the track, I'm like, I kind of like that dude. It's like, it's like hip, and your cars are unique.
We've always come to Chili Bowl with something different, and we've been coming a long time. I've never had any luck here. I've destroyed cars here. The last few years, it's been pretty good. They rode on the trailer and we went home. We want to do that tonight. But man, the people here are amazing, and it's just grown. I remember coming my first few years where there's 60 cars here.
Jeez.
But then it was 60 of the top outlaw drivers, IndyCar drivers. I don't want to junk my car, but regardless, when I leave here, I'm ready to come back next year with something different. Next year we will be here with all week long. I got a band that'll probably be playing, and we'll probably have a new car design.
So tell me about this band thing. So you play stand-up bass?
I play upright bass and a band called the South City Troubadours. And before we had our 4-year-old, we would play every year, and man, we would pack that place. They would sell out a beer, and they loved it when we would come. And when we stopped coming, they were kind of bummed. But I've just been busy trying to be a dad again with my second child. So
you just, I don't know, man. You exude something different here. You know?
Got to. I mean, everybody else, you got a lot of cookie cutter looking cars through here. You want something that when they roll, it's like, what the hell is that?
What's the wildest creation you showed up here with?
It's probably the Fueler. I don't know if you've ever seen the Fueler.
Tell me about the Fueler.
It's kind of like a top fuel dragster. You had to crawl in through the front.
What?
And it was so crazy that Tommy Estes, when he was the pit steward, I had to go to Factor One, and those people are awesome, and add some bars to it because he thought it was unsafe, because you had to crawl in through the front and you sat in like a top fuel dragster cockpit.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it longer?
No, it was the same thing.
Okay.
It was a mid-rail car like this, but it was real low and real lightweight. It only weighed about, with the Mopar in it, I bet it weighed 600 pounds. It was pretty light.
Does it feel cool in a way? Like, there's guys that are like staples to this building, like you, like Robert Bell. Like, there's people, that even the young guys like Chase Briscoe, who's superstar.
Chase
they
awesome.
love you guys. Is that kind of like a cool thing to know that you guys got that respect?
It definitely feels good when you roll out on the track and you come around to turn 2, and then top row rowdies are up there yelling at you, shooting you the finger. But they're shooting you the finger for good reasons, and they're ready. They're having a ball. So it does feel good. I mean, those guys know how much time and money it takes My car starts as a stick of tubing. I don't buy my car. I built this car from scratch. So for me to get here, it takes a little bit.
Built, not bought, man.
Built, not bought.
That's awesome, man.
Hello.
Now it's funny, like the regular racing person might look and see that you've been in 26 now. This is your 26th Chili Bowl.
That's what they say, 26 years.
And they might say, all right, man, he's never made an A main, but they don't understand the racer mentality and the fun that's in this building.
You go around to these trailers and ask people, what do you think of Johnny Murdock? 90% of them are going to say, man, that dude's pretty cool. But you're going to get 10% of them that's going to snarl their nose up, and that's the people we don't care about anyway.
Real racers don't go buy a new pair of shoes, man.
I had to tape the tongues up on them. They were talking. So we're going to go see an old Iowa farmer, bean farmer. Come on. Robert Bell, the Colfax Common. He's a legend. So what a lot of people don't know is I'm a beekeeper. I'm actually a pretty good sized beekeeper. We have about 50 hives, and we teach a lot of classes, and we do a lot of stuff. So Robert come over here because he wanted some honey, so we're going to give him a jar of honey. Okay, Chris?
I'm taking this shit home, putting on my biscuits.
I want Brian Holbert. I want Matt Ward. I want the Troubadours here.
Well, they will be back next year.
In the building.
Well, if
In the building.
If they can swing that, we would definitely. I think it would be good because it'd give these people something to do. And
plus, it's like, how cool would it be to see, you know, a Chili Bowl competitor standing out here playing the.
Back when my cousin Brad Loyette still drove,
Okay.
we played on the top of his trailer one time.
No.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, can we like follow you through your heat race
Absolutely.
and hang out with you?
Absolutely.
Sweet. Let's do
Come
it.
along. If we do good, we do good. We do bad, we do bad. But we're gonna have fun
I'll
regardless.
keep one to staging.
Well, let's go.
Jump in, we'll get you.
So, we'll buckle up down there.
Okay.
The hell is down there?
Heads up.
Heads up!
We gotta go. So, we're running a little late, but we'll be okay. Don't wait on them.
Watch out!
Hey, I'm a fat guy. I'm not used to running that fast.
Me neither.
Hey,
Neither was my crew. You
I
see?
know. Good luck,
Well,
man.
they're screaming like I thought they were on the ramp already.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I'm like in front of you screaming, zero's coming, zero's coming.
I didn't even hear them on the
Yeah, I didn't hear him. Have fun out there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for letting us come along.
No problem.
Look, man.
The GoPro Queen had to say.
She's mounted side and she's ready to roll the Chili Bowl. Ain't going nowhere.
Hey, she's a poet, too.
Gotta love it. Good luck, Johnny.
Harry, I appreciate everything you do with us.
No problem. I have fun doing it.
First heat race is on the track. And let's get you guys the starting lineup for heat race number 1. Matt Rossi and Brian Carver in row 3. Johnny Murdock and Dale Curran in row 4. Laps, points on the line. Heat race number 1 of the final night of Chili Bowl here in 2023. Ready to go green. Schmidt and Garrett down the front straightaway. We're underway. Bumper cars in and around. A bad start for Corbin Gurley, but he's going to get another shot at it. Good news, he was already towards the rear. Second try for Schmidt and Garrett. On the inside, Matt Rossi has already shuffled up into the second position as the inside crew gets a pretty distinct advantage there on the start. That's Murdock fourth in the 0. Third is Hayes in the 14. They're all trying to chase down Schmidt in the 37.
Good battle going here for the third spot. Murdock, that was fourth. Murdock had it, got high. He's going to lose a couple of spots.
Move Curran up a position in the 21. He's got Carver tucked in behind him. Yellow flag out.
He tried the top, it didn't work.
Schmidt looking to get up and around the cone. He'll fire off a bit early in the corner. So far, looks like everybody was able to drive around it as we are under green flag conditions. Curran to the inside of Hayes. He's got third. Carver looking to follow him through. There, wheel to wheel coming off the corner. Carver wheel stand coming off the bottom of turn 4. Costs him a little bit of ground. He makes it back up with a huge launch down the back straightaway and on the high side.
Yeah, got underneath.
To the checkered flag as our ticker was off by 1. So give it to Schmidt, Rossi 2, and 3 to Carver, 6 to 3 for Brian.
He was coming.
When you kept her hugged on the bottom,
I was staying with the 2 cars.
and the car behind you, he couldn't get on. He could get you at the end of the straightaway, but he couldn't get around you.
When I ran past the bottom, they got me every time. Every time. Keep riding.
Dad, how you doing?
It's in one piece.
All right, man, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit of confusion. We were supposed to start 4th row inside, and we ended up starting 3rd row inside, so I don't know how that's going to do. I ended up 7th, so if they go by the way we started that race, I lost 2 spots. So I went backwards. We don't want to go backwards, we want to go forward, so we'll see where that put us. Took me a few minutes to get comfortable and not overshoot the corners. I was overshoot the corners and the cars would get underneath me. If I could get it on the bottom, they wasn't pulling away from me, and I was happy with that.
About the only thing you had to dodge was coming up on the ramp.
Yeah.
that car stopped.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with this ramp. If one car stalls, everybody behind you is going to have to take a 4-wheeler push to the top.
Thanks for letting us tag along,
No
man.
problem,
You guys
man.
are a lot of fun.
I think I speak for a lot of people that Flo has did a lot to bring racing of a lot of sports and a lot of different things, not just racing, but into the homes and on your phones where you can just watch something. It's amazing. So all you people that subscribe, keep subscribing. Let people know what you think of it.
Well, hey, on that I have to say, remember that it's not just who's on the top of the leaderboard at the end of the Chili Bowl. All 360-something cars have a story. Yep. Every driver has a story, and every car here, we all matter. We're all part of the damn Chili Bowl, right?
That's it. It takes all different kinds, and anything, but here especially.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Appreciate
Thank you, guys.
Zero hero, baby. Woo!